Hello, this is Dr. Abraham, professors in business and organization management, human resources concentrations. Today, I'm going to discuss the global environment, the internal global environment, and the externals in global environment, and the industrials, and how to analyze all these forces, and we have to identify those forces who affect the organization, the firm, and higher levels. Let me start with the small scale. Some of you, they want to ask me, Dr. Abraham, have you been through this through your life? The answer is yes. When I used to have a small business in Michigan, what I mean by small business, I used to have a market selling all kinds of, groceries, beers, wines, grocery service products, the customer needs for this area. That's in the beginning of 1980. So if we start with the internals and we look at the internally, we see the strength and the weaknesses for the firms. So first, I have to work internally by communicate with the employees, by hiring the good peoples inside the organizations and the talent people who are going to deal with the customers. So that's internally still I'm working about the strength for those employees. How I work on the strength after identifying the forces of the weaknesses. When I see the sales is down, when I took over, so I know it has some kind of weaknesses inside. So I start with the employees, start with the inventory, start with communications, start with build the good relation trust between the employees and the customers. So after identifying the weakness, and we came with the strategy to build the strength. Now internally, we are almost, we said we are all set for that. The next one, we have to look at the externals. Who's around us? What kind of competitions? If I'm in retail business, we have something around us, have same business. So my job is to see what kind of products those people or the price or the brand they sell to attract more customer than our business. Sometimes I have to go visit personally there, acting like a customer, see what they have. Probably they have different product, I don't have it. So we talk with the distributors, suppliers, to bring that product to us, because part of five forces to identify those is the suppliers, the resources, all these things. That someone starting new in the business, competition, all these resources we have to identify to become a strategy to implement it, be successful. This one, the external one, has the threat and the opportunities. And the internal, like what I explained to you, is about strength and weaknesses. After we identify the threat around my business, we have to implement a strategy also to try to avoid as much as we could by bringing the products, by the prices. If those prices too high, we have to be at least competitive. You're going to ask me if we make it competitive, how are we going to make the profit? The profit is we can pick it up from other items. Because some items we sell it is customer, they know those items, it has to be certain price. Another one, we can grab it by selling something individuals, and that's what we pick up the price, and that's what. And after we build all these kind of things, now we have to look for opportunities. The opportunity is to expand. When my business started growing, by the mid of the 80s, I opened another business. That business also started growing. And also we have to follow that kind of formula. So start internally, and also we have to work externally. So all those working together. Back again, let's go a little bit higher in the scope. When I work in the corporate level, as a team, we did the same thing. We look at the employees, working closely with the HR. We're looking at the employees, and we try to do some kind of workshop. We're training them. We develop them. All kind of workshop we have to do, from the ethics, for the how to deal with the customer, the dress for success. All these things, it has this element to bring the individual, the employees, to the level we need them. So now, back again, they take care of the customers, and the customer, they start coming back, and that's where the retention starts. We look for the externals. Externals is our competition. Who's next to us? Who's open for a business? We'll do some kind of visit. We see some products they have, we don't have. And also we ask the customer what also they need. Everything it has to funnel down about the customer, what they need, and about the service. And also the organizations, those firms I work on it, Fortune 500, they became successful. Let's move the scope one more layer out. Back to the subject we have. Externally, external opportunity about, we see the airline business. Airline business start struggling. And most of the company, they file also bankruptcy in the airlines. Warren Buffett also, he invests so much money in the industrial, and he lost a lot of money. And sometimes came and he said, I'm not going to invest any more money in the air industrial. That's times in the 80s, they lost close to the $35 million. And the company most of them, they start filing bankruptcy. The fuel price is high in the 2008, and a lot of company between 2000 and 2008 has lost a lot of money. So the company, the industrial, start to formulate a strategy, what they should do. So they became, after they formulated strategy, they became to do the merging. And the merging is coming, for example, Delta Airlines with Northwest. And we have United also did merging with American Airlines. Southwest is still there and hold about to merging with Air Transair America. This kind of merging is happening between those air industrials. They became successful and tried to move forward. Southwest, they did excellent job in this field, and there is no secret or formula. It's about customer service and make sure every seat has been sold. And when they come within the ground, they try to clean the airplane as soon as possible and try to move it in this same pace of service. I give you another example also. In the soda industrial, the same thing for Coca-Cola and the Pepsi. Those big two industrials, when they see the fruit, the drinks, and the water comes in the market, they try also to formulate a strategy as soon as possible to come up with a new product before another competition comes back. Let's move down now to the internals analysis, also from another side of that's when we see Starbucks. Starbucks also did a good job, and even the director of the marketings went and visited Italy. When visit Italy, he found the coffee house down there. How they brew the coffees and how they make a good coffee. He came back to the United States of America, and he said, "You know what? I'm going, convince the owners, and we buy the whole, those kind of Starbucks, and we built different image." And that's one, and became almost he has over 1,200 store. He came through some kind of obstacles about some people they selling like coffee. Some of them, even McDonald's, they selling coffee. One time he closed the whole stores, 1,200 stores. He closed it for one day. They started training the managers and the employees how to brew the coffee and how to deal with them. Even he stopped selling sandwiches because they think the smell of the sandwiches will affect the coffee. See, these kind of strategies, they come in just to bring to the level they need it. Disney, the same thing. It is the same thing. Disney in the 84, they lost a lot of money financially, in trouble. He came, the new CEO, Michaels, in 1984. He took the company from $98 million almost to the $570 million. And how to restructure the organization, how to show the people training, developing, communicate, and to come to the level to need it. All these examples I'm giving you, everything about how to analyze the forces, or identify the forces affecting you in anything, in any industrial, educations, airline, hospitals, retail, anything, is about to identify the forces of the strength and weakness internally, and what's your opportunity and what's your risk to move forward. This organization is very important and depend on you as the leaders to become with a strategy. And the strategy has to be formulated and to move forward industrials. And also, we have to remember how to become globally. Because the culture you created down here, inside, after you're moving and you have the opportunity to move globally, you have to look also under another forces, the economy, the politics, the technology down there. We can move in country. It has the legals or the politics. It's fit with our culture, with our government. There's no risk. So if there's no risk, we can even move the fixtures and establish a structure down there. We did it. Starbucks, McDonald's, Walmart, and we became successful. And some places, because the politics and the risk we have, we cannot do business with them. And you can, you see through CNN what's the news and you can identify the country it has a risk, and the country doesn't have the risk. And you, as a manager, with the help of the team, you can't come with a strategy to do if we can move forward or not. And a lot of peoples, especially in developed country and developing country, it has a lot of use for the products, for the oil, for example. That's what it brings sometimes the barrel of the oil is high. What I mean by developed and developing. Developing is the country they just start developing right now, like for example, China, India, Brazil's, all these developing country right now. Developed already like us, like United States, England, Germany, it already has been developed. So the demand for the oils, you see most of the times in developing country, That's what's bringing sometimes the bill is high for the prices globally. So all these is affect the economy. So now the prices, economy, how it affected, and also the politics. Technology is another thing, so it's affect also the globally. So all these forces we have to identify before we move forward. Thank you and have a nice day.